Leela Morgan, The Daytime, Stopped. Chapter 12, April 1994. The first sign wasn't the silence. It was that every clock in town stopped at exactly 3:17 p.m. At first no one noticed. Teachers kept teaching, cars kept driving, children kept playing. Life continued as if nothing had happened. Except, every clock showed the exact same time. 3:17 p.m. My name is Lila Morgan. By then I'd been traveling through time for almost 11 years. I'd seen impossible things. Ghost trains, forgotten houses, future cities. But I'd never seen time itself. Stop. I pulled my pocket watch from my jacket. For the first time since I found it in the lighthouse. It wasn't ticking. The second hand trembled. Then, it started spinning backward. Fast. Too fast. The world around me blurred. I expected another jump through time. Instead, everything froze. Rain stopped in midair. Birds hung motionless above the street. Even the wind disappeared. The entire town had become a photograph. Except, I wasn't alone. Someone was walking toward me. An old man carrying a lantern with a strange blue flame. His face seemed ordinary. Yet the moment I looked away, I couldn't remember what he looked like. He smiled. "So, you're younger than I expected." I stepped backward. "Who are you?" He chuckled. "Most people call me the Wanderer." "You know my name?" I asked. "I know every version of it." My stomach dropped. "Have we met before?" He nodded. "Hundreds of times. You just haven't lived those days yet." He reached into his coat and handed me an old photograph. I looked down. Standing beside me was a man I'd never seen before. A young man with messy brown hair. He was laughing, one arm around my shoulder. Across the bottom, someone had written, "Lila and Elliot, October 18th, 1994. I looked back up. "Who is Elliot?" The Wanderer's smile faded. "The best friend you'll ever have." Before I could ask another question, his lantern flickered. The blue flame turned red. For the first time, the Wanderer looked frightened. "Oh, no!" He stared past me. "They found you early." The frozen world began to crack. Not like glass, like paper being torn apart. Something was forcing its way through reality. A long, pale hand reached out from the rip in the sky. Then another. Then dozens more. Each one searching, each one feeling through the cracks. The Wanderer grabbed my wrist. "Listen carefully. You must never let them touch your pocket watch." "Why?" "Because if they do," his voice became deadly serious, "they'll know where the first timeline is." The cracks spread across the sky. The pale hands reached farther. One brushed the roof of a nearby building. The entire building instantly aged 100 years before collapsing into dust. I stood, frozen. "What are they?" The Wanderer didn't answer. He simply whispered, "They're looking for you." The world suddenly lurched. The rain began falling again. Cars started moving. People continued walking as if nothing had happened. Every clock in town started ticking. 3:18 p.m. Only 1 minute had passed. The Wanderer was gone. The photograph was gone. Everything, except one thing. In the palm of my hand was a tiny brass gear. The same symbol Silas Crow carried centuries before. I had no idea what it meant. But somewhere beyond time. The curator suddenly looked up from the archive. The scribe dropped his pen. Silas closed his toolbox. All three felt it at the exact same moment. The traveler had just received her first message, and the countdown had finally begun.